Welcome to Where Are We Eating, the food history podcast that brings world history to the table. I'm Kaya.
And I'm Kira.
And today, we're bringing you episode 3. We're going to follow the same format as the last two, our story time with anecdotes and observations. Sometimes relevant, a lot of times not. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Sounds good. All right, so let's just jump right into it.
Let's go.
Buckle up. So, what do you know about the history of graham crackers?
Graham crackers. Oh, I think I heard something, but I do not remember something. I do not remember it. I want that stated. Like, I heard something about this.
Okay.
I have no recollection.
That's fine.
I think I might have read one of your blog posts about it.
I did write a blog post about it.
I don't remember it at all.
I'm not offended that.
Oh,
I'm
good.
not offended by that.
Oh, good, because I was just like, something's in here.
That's okay.
It's not coming out, which would make it useless for Jeopardy.
It's honestly...
But now I'm going to hear it.
It's probably
So
for the
better.
best, because
Yeah.
it is a ridiculous and sensational story. So it'll be fun to have you hear it semi-fresh, mostly fresh, as you don't remember. I'm going to take these off, because they're pinching my ears. Okay.
You have a lot of hair.
I do have a lot of hair. I do have a lot of hair. Let me say that again for the microphone. For those listening at home, they would have seen our Marshmallow episode, with when we played Am I Wearing Headphones? Those are the
Yes.
headphones, and I was wearing them, but I'm not anymore. To take away that
I did enjoy that episode.
that suspense.
I was scared because today we've shot 1 and 3.
Yes.
I was scared that we were going to completely miss me wearing my chef's hat.
Absolutely not.
Very glad.
That will go down in history.
Okay, good, because I forgot to bring it with me.
That's okay. I'll have you send me a selfie of it. We'll put it somewhere in the background,
Oh, wonderful.
and it'll just be, or do you have an extra one?
I think I do.
If you have an extra one, maybe we could just frame it and put it up.
Yeah, frame it, or I'll just leave it at your house.
Or you just leave it here and just wear it every time.
Yeah, leave it
or
in the studio.
At your leisure.
Yeah.
Yes, not my living room, the studio. Okay, sorry. Back to graham crackers. So, they are named after the man who invented them, who was Sylvester Graham, or Graham, if you're British. I'm going to say Graham, as we are American, as was he, barely. Because he was born in not 19. I made this mistake earlier. He was born in 1794.
Very different.
So America was barely America. It was barely a country. Mm-hmm. So they were American. He was born in Connecticut to a large family. Guess how many siblings he had?
8.
Want to try again?
6.
Want to try again?
12.
How many times do you want to keep going? Should I just
I
tell
don't
you?
know. We should probably
Okay.
stop. We should
Okay.
probably stop.
He was the youngest of 17.
17. I didn't know that was a thing. Sorry.
Yeah, the
That
correct
was a little
answer
loud.
was 17.
Was it all the same mama? I'm hoping it was
Same
not the
parents. Same parents. So, this next, okay. His father was 72 when he was born. 72.
How old was his mama?
It's not listed, but what is listed is that she was, for the remainder of her life, which was his youth because she died when he was young, she was in and out of the hospital.
Oh.
Which makes sense for having 17 kids right after the American Revolution.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to process.
It's a lot. It's a lot to take in.
Was she trying to supply soldiers for the revolution?
I mean, the revolution was over, but who knows?
Just in case
Maybe they were
the
just
British
trying to
came back?
rebuild the army. I don't know. It was a lot of kids in a time where childbirth was very dangerous. I shouldn't laugh at that. She survived all of them. She did not die in childbirth, but understandably
Very
her
good.
body was erect and had to be, cared for medically.
That's
Often. So often that he was raised by the relatives. He wasn't raised by the parents because, dad was old.
Mm-hmm.
Mom was, again, erect. So, as we come to find out, he grew to be an eccentric man. And I think this start probably had a lot to do with it. I may have just watched too many episodes of Criminal Minds. And maybe I'm
Reasonable.
just maybe I'm just
Did
attribute. He didn't kill anyone.
Oh, okay.
He didn't
okay.
kill anyone.
I was about to say, I'm like, what did the graham cracker man do?
The graham cracker man did not kill anyone. But just thinking about, I've again watching Criminal Minds, it all goes back to the childhood. And all these people. Anyways, he had a weird childhood.
Yeah.
17 siblings, or 16 siblings. He's number 17. Raised by relatives because his mom was in and out of the hospital because her body was so worn out, wrecked, as previously stated. His dad was 72 in 1794, so that's old for then.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Okay.
I mean, that's old for now.
I mean, some of our listeners may be of that age, and we're not gonna. I'm not gonna put my name to that statement, but
My grandma died at 60. I'm gonna put my name at that statement.
okay. Mine didn't, so we'll keep going. Hi, Nana. Hi, Grandma. Okay. So moving on to his adulthood. There's not a lot else in like his childhood, teen years. But adulthood. He had a lot of jobs. He bounced here and there. A lot of jobs. Most of them didn't last long. He was briefly a minister, which is, I think, where he found what he felt to be his calling. He didn't last as a minister. Let me point that also out. He found fame, though, as a traveling lecturer
Oh.
for the Pennsylvania Temperance Society. So they were against alcohol.
Oh. Yep.
Alcohol's bad. So they said that's what they did. They would travel, they would lecture, and he was one of their lecturers for 6 months. I believe that's what I have here. 6 months. They only, not necessarily preached, because I don't know how much religious was into it. They proclaimed they were against alcohol. He was against everything.
Oh.
He thought they were too moderate with only going and telling people to stop drinking alcohol. He thought, no, we can do more. So...
Or we can do less.
No, well, yes. But not for good old Sly. Sly Graham. Sylvester Graham. He thought that all pleasures, all sensations were dangerous. But most specifically, lust and sexual desire, he thought were deadly. So, okay.
I will note, though, his mother did have 17 children.
This is where my Criminal Minds theory comes into play, where, I think his childhood messed him up.
Yep, that'll do it.
Yeah, so just like, everything's bad. Everything, I don't know that he necessarily said it was a sin. I don't think he did. He didn't really, like, add any kind of religion to it. It was all just very much, like, dangerous for your health.
Mm-hmm.
Pleasure's dangerous. Lust is dangerous. Sexual desire is dangerous. Could be deadly. So watch out. So, he listed the symptoms of pleasure/lust/sexual desire as headaches, indigestion, seizures, insanity, and potentially death. So, not to be overlooked, during that time, there was a cholera pandemic in Europe, which probably would have incited a bit of panic in America. There was a lot of travel, wasn't as fast, but it still happened between Europe and America. The cholera pandemic lasted between 1826 and 1837, so he was an adult by this time. He started with the Pennsylvania Temperance Society for the 6 months in 1826.
Oh.
So
okay.
right at the start of that. So I say that to say this. The common symptoms of cholera are dehydration, which can cause headaches and body aches, nausea, vomiting, and in severe cases, very severe cases can be hypoglycemia, which can cause seizures and death.
Oh.
So, were we perhaps seeing a bit of medical misinformation? Old-timey medical, maybe, who knows? I mean, it kind of seems like it. But that he said all of that was because of pleasure or lust or sexual desire. When someone could have just really had cholera. But who knows? He had a solution though. All was not lost. His solution was to combat pleasure. Oh,
I remember this now. Go on.
Okay.
On. They need to hear.
Okay, his plan, his solution was to combat pleasure. So avoid anything pleasurable. So avoid tobacco, wear loose clothes, sleep on a hard mattress with the windows open all seasons, regardless of the weather, because you can't be comfortable. Sleep is great. Sleep is pleasurable, but that pleasure is dangerous. So you can't enjoy anything, Kira. Nothing could be enjoyed, because then you'll maybe not die, but you'll
probably die or go crazy.
You'll go crazy or have a seizure or have a headache in a descending order. So so avoid tobacco, wear loose clothes, sleep on a hard mattress with the windows open, all of that done. Also eliminate, what does that say? I'm sure it does not say tuna. I'm gonna skip it. Eliminate.
I kind of want to see if I can read it. Like, I know it's your handwriting, so I'm probably not.
Right after meat. Right after meat. What does that say? Tea. It says tea.
It does say tea.
Thank you. I had to sit and think about the context of what they would have been eating or drinking. Tea. Okay. Eliminate meat, tea, coffee, spices, fats, alcohol, sugar, etc. So basically anything that makes food good. Pleasure's bad. You want to
enjoy things.
You want to live a healthy life. Pleasure's bad. Don't sleep comfortably. Don't eat good food. Only eat high fiber. And because the high fiber was encouraged, good poops. Apparently they were allowed to enjoy good poops.
I mean,
who doesn't?
Truly.
So he invented his own recipe, the high fiber, no fun graham cracker.
And yet they're still pretty tasty.
Well, hold on. What we know of as a graham cracker today.
Did it change?
It was entirely changed. Not entirely. It was improved greatly. So his cracker, the Graham cracker if you're British, graham cracker as an American.
Thank you.
It was whole wheat flour, which they are still today. Coarsely ground, unrefined. It was a plus. Unrefined. It's like tune refined? No. Unrefined. So coarse, unrefined flour. So minimal processing, which we talked a little bit about in the ciabatta episode. That it is nicer for your tummy, admittedly. No fats or sugar were added. So it was this flour and water, basically. So it's just thin, flavorless. It has vitamins from the flour because it's whole wheat. Yeah. It has fiber. It'll keep you regular.
That's good.
All fiber.
Thank you, Jamie Lee Curtis.
No flavor. Thank you, Jamie Lee Curtis. Like the Activia SNL sketch. Yep.
No, she used to just do those commercials.
No, I know, but they made the sketch where Kristen Wiig was.
Oh my God, yes.
And she just kept eating and kept pooping.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a great sketch.
That was
completely forgot about it.
No, it's a good one. It was a formative one for me. Just locked in there. Okay, so he invented his boring, dry, flavorless cracker. That was, it was to combat any kind of pleasure. No one was going to enjoy eating that, but that was good because that would keep them alive. That would keep them healthy because pleasure is bad. And fiber is good. The world according to Sylvester Graham.
What an odd man.
I know, for those are the things that he picked, but here we are. He was the number 17 of 17.
Yeah.
In the late 1700s. So
yeah, you're gonna be a little messed up.
Yeah. Okay. He didn't kill anyone.
That is a plus.
As we previously
Shout out
mentioned.
to that.
He just.
Sorry for clearing my voice.
He did gain a following As crazy as this sounds, he had a large following.
Yeah,
They were called the Grahamites. Grahamites. We're gonna stick with the American pronunciation. Grahamites. So he lectured all over the then US, the colonies and such. And people came and listened to him, and they followed his directions. They slept on hard mattresses, they wore loose clothes, they didn't drink coffee or tea or eat meat. They ate his dry crackers, and they followed him. He had literal and physical followers. Which leads me to our next section, which I have named. I haven't named the sections before, but this one was too fun not to name.
Okay, reasonable.
And it's called The Bakers and Butchers of Boston. Oh my. So, 1837. He goes to Boston. And all of the things that he's saying don't have meat, actual bread. And so it does actually start to affect sales of butchers and bakers. Because people are following this influential man, and they stop buying these things.
It's good to know that throughout time, there's just been someone pushing a whack diet.
Yeah, people have always been people. And one of those types of people has been eat this, not that. And a lot of the time, they're number 17 of 17. And
A little
have
crazy.
a little crazy, little wackadoodle with some of their notions. Anyways, so he's speaking against bread and meat that are processed breads and meat. Can you imagine what he would have thought about today's grocery stores? Because if you think about the 1800s, breads and meats were going to be very fresh. Yes, you're buying it, if you're buying it from a butcher, they would have, it would have been way,
like, chop.
yeah, there was no like logistics and trucking industry that would bring it from anywhere other than their town or city in Boston. They didn't have cars. They had horses and carriages and such. So it's not like, I don't know, these were too processed for him. It was too processed. It was bad. It was pleasurable, so it was bad. So meat was bad. Processed bread was bad.
You would really
Bakeries
hate
were
to
bad.
see how much I just go to the fridge and just get myself some salami.
Yeah,
That's a snack on its own.
Absolutely.
Nom nom nom.
Yeah, it'll right in the tum.
Yep.
It's great for the tum.
Yep.
Yeah. So because he was so adamant about this lifestyle that he was pushing, it did affect the sales of the Butchers and Bakers of Boston, which is really fun to say. I invite you to do so now.
Bakers and Butchers of Boston. Absolutely.
A lot of bees. It's a lot of fun. Yes. So he was speaking at a hotel, and a mob of Bakers and Butchers of Boston marched on the hotel. They were ready to incite some violence.
Oh, snap.
So what ended up happening, though, the Grahamites, his followers, as we learned that they're called, they dropped bags of lime from the rooftops onto the mob to deter them. I have in my notes, ground up rocks, not citrus.
Oh. That is a lot more reasonable than what I was thinking.
Yeah, I knew this would come up, so that's why I added it to my notes.
I 100% immediately went to citrus.
Yeah, a bunch of just like green fruits raining from the sky.
I was about to say, I'm just like, what, they turning the crowds into tacos? They so hungry? Or
Well, maybe.
I'm
but
surprised
no.
their frail little limbs could lift anything without no meat.
There might have been quite a few of them.
Not to say that vegans can't be strong.
Vegans and vegetarians can live a very healthy lifestyle.
It's possible.
However, that was for comical effect.
That was for comical effect.
We do not want to anger the vegan or vegetarian community. We appreciate you, although we don't join you.
Yes.
a public statement from Kaya and Kira
PSA.
to avoid the couch apology later.
Yep.
Okay.
We're already in chairs, so it's good.
Okay, so because they dropped the ground up rocks, powder set stuff, the mob didn't get to him. He was able to escape.
That's so odd.
So, I mean, if we think about
This man and his little crackers.
I mean, yeah, among other things. It was a whole lifestyle that he was promoting.
Yeah, and then eventually people just sweetened it up.
Yeah, that's in my next that's in the next section.
Oh,
but if you
okay,
think
my
about like hate comments online, like these people went and did something about it.
They were
They
fed
didn't-
up.
they
He was
didn't-
affecting their livelihood.
He was. They didn't send him letters. They didn't send letters, and well, because
I mean,
there would have been no comments.
They might have sent.
They
him
might have
letters.
sent him letters.
They might have been like, "We stormed in your house today. They could know to get up on the roof." Maybe.
I mean,
they
they would have seen them coming.
Okay, that's reasonable. Why were? Oh yeah, I guess
So
they're following him. That's what.
yeah, and I mean, I'm sure there was not necessarily so. Oh, excuse me. I mean, not necessarily such a huge reaction, but there had to have been people reacting this way everywhere he went. So they had to know, like, okay, we're gonna have to have some security. We're gonna have to have some kind of plan.
Yeah.
Because, like, we as Gramites think he's great, but we realize not very many others do.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, the mob didn't reach him. He escaped and lived to see another day. But the recipe did spread because whole ground flour is good. It's not bad. The flour, it's not the flour's fault that he didn't add anything to it.
Yeah.
She can't shine alone. She needs friends. So, one of the earliest recipes was from a J. Thompson Gill. He added it to a cookbook, and he added lard and molasses to the crackers, and so that resembled a lot more what we know today.
Shout out to lard.
Shout out to lard and J. Thompson Gill, who was not afraid to use it.
Don't forget that molasses, son.
So today's graham crackers are basically Sylvester Graham's nightmare because they are sweet, they are dessert, they are entirely superfluous, they're not essential to any diet, they're just for fun.
Yeah.
They're entirely pleasurable.
Oh,
So,
that's great. I love that.
Yeah, it's great.
That's a real turnaround for.
I mean,
them graham crackers.
it was a redemption tour.
and the
for the
fact that his
crackers.
name's still attached to it is 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it's kind of like a slap in the face. Not that we think he should have been slapped. We just think he's a little kooky.
He was a little kooky.
But it's really funny. It is very ironic. Isn't it ironic? It's very ironic that it turned into everything he was against and is still named after him.
Yeah, like now people like build little houses with them with icing.
Isn't that gingerbread?
Oh my god, I'm an idiot.
That's okay.
I thought it was graham crackers.
I think some do use graham crackers, but the technical name, the official name is gingerbread house.
Gingerbread houses.
Well, the storybook name is gingerbread.
There's a reason why you're doing the food history and
Yeah.
I'm doing the listening.
I
here.
have the notes. It's okay. I have notes to read off of. This isn't off the dome. It's okay. I don't see anything about gingerbread here, though.
I mean, that's reasonable.
I don't see anything about houses.
In my brain, they were. They
look
similar looking.
They are similar looking.
I know what graham crackers taste like, and I know what gingerbread tastes like. I just forgot which one was made into a house to specify.
They both start with a G,
They do.
so it's easier.
I just forgot which one was
It's
into
easy
houses.
to mix them up.
I feel like graham crackers would have been pretty much easier to use.
They might be more structurally sound.
Yeah.
They are perforated though, so
Oh,
they have
that's
the little
true.
dots. But who knows? I don't know. Maybe
Interesting.
we'll try it out.
Yep.
We'll do a battle.
Yep.
Graham cracker v gingerbread.
Yep.
And then someone will dress up as a wolf and try to blow them down.
Oh, absolutely reasonable.
That's the test.
Yes.
Okay, so lastly, the end. The end of Sylvester Graham. He died. Okay. Well, obviously he was born in 1794, so he would be dead by now.
You're telling me he's dead?
I'm telling you he's dead.
Okay,
However,
this isn't like the Ciabatta guy.
It's not like the Ciabatta guy, no. I would like you to guess how old you think he was when he died.
102.
Okay, because he did. Let me add a little bit more.
Okay.
You don't have to lock that in, but you can, because what I'm about to say will kind of support that. He did pioneer, air quotes. He pioneered a healthy lifestyle, a lifestyle that focused on not necessarily quality of life, I guess just like length of life, because it wasn't good. They weren't eating good things or sleeping comfortably, so it was just like, I guess, intended to stay alive.
Which is funny because I feel like those would do the opposite, but I mean, if you have good longevity,
yeah, so
in your genes.
his entire life's work was about health.
Crazy.
So you did, are you locking in the guess of
Sure.
102?
102.
He died in 1845 at the age of 51. Do you want me to tell you? Do you want to guess how he died?
Please tell me starvation.
No.
From his graham crackers.
No.
What was it?
He died from, it's actually much wackier. He died from complications after receiving opium enemas. I'm going to let that sink in.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be laughing about this guy's death, but that's something special.
Yeah, I mean, that's very, for him trying to avoid danger, that seems like a left turn.
It really was. I mean, they were a little out there back in the day. They didn't
Understandably.
know. They didn't know.
Yes, of course. But yeah, so he died
That is
early, young, at 51.
And then they sweetened his crackers.
And then they sweetened his crackers after his death. Yeah, because he died in 1845, and the recipe, one of the earlier ones, was 1881. So it was still around 40 years after his death. People were still doing this. And then someone was like, you know what? I can make this actually good.
And
then,
also he died.
And yeah, 50s. Like, I mean, are we really listening to this guy still? Yeah, then anyway, so Sylvester Graham. I have here. Oh, that's my water bottle. Ta-da! I have a box of graham crackers. I have a box of honey grams. These are Annie's homegrown organic. They're not. I didn't buy them specifically because they're organic. I could not find the blue ones.
Oh, reasonable.
So I got these ones. Okay, I'm gonna read the ingredients. A la Claire Saffitz. Okay. Organic whole wheat flour, parentheses, gram flour, organic wheat flour, organic cane sugar, organic sunflower oil, organic honey, leavening, baking soda, ammonium bicarbonate, cream of tartar, organic molasses, organic natural flavor, sea salt, mixed tocopherols, parentheses, vitamin E. I don't know what that means. It says to protect flavor. I should have kept reading.
Oh, okay.
Organic rosemary extract.
Oh, he would have hated that. That's great.
He would have hated that. It's listed as organic, which is a food trend of today. It's listed with whole ingredients, which is a food trend of today. And yet, it would have absolutely blown his head off.
That is...
It would have been an affront, an insult.
That would have been an opium enema to him.
It would have been an opium enema to him, indeed. Yeah. But, I can't even, I mean, it would have been better to have the blue box. To have all, because the blue box is just like the honeygram. These are honeygrams. Honey made. The blue one, I think it's like Nestle. Honey made? Maybe not Nestle, regardless. The blue ones, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Because they would have had a bunch of crazy words in their ingredients. Because they're not...
Yeah, they don't incur.
They're not following any kind of trend. They're just like, this cracker's good. Just eat it.
Maybe keep your window shut when you sleep.
Maybe sleep comfortably.
That sounded aggressive. That sounded threatening.
A little threatening.
It was the throwback to his philosophies, but...
Yeah, we got it.
Maybe sleep with your window shut.
For the audio listeners, she had a very stern face. I
Couldn't
do
tell from the tone.
I do feel a little threatened, and I don't know that I will let her stay tonight. Maybe I will drop her off at this bus station early.
Goodbye.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for listening to our episode about the history of graham crackers and Sylvester Graham, who is considered one of America's first food faddists. Check in next week. We'll have a new episode. I'm going to keep it secret because I'm not sure what it's going to be about, but have a good rest of your day.
Thank you for listening.
Bye-bye.
Mwah.
Graham crackers. Do you want one?
I do want
Should we
one.
do a little mukbang? We can cut it out.
Yeah.
We can cut it out if it's
Too saliva-y.
yeah, if it's too much.
Yeah, I can't handle saliva, but I do want a graham cracker though.
I do want a graham cracker as well.
Especially since they're honey grahams.
I
don't
mean,
think I've had a honey
we
graham.
are slightly following. I'm sorry, all of this plastic is getting picked up in the microphone. We are going to be following slightly his tradition as we are just eating them plain and dry. Smells good.
That was good stuff.
Is it good?
That was good stuff.
Oh, crap. Something about it. Okay. Well,
Are you struggling?
I am struggling. Yeah, these are good. Can taste the graham flour.
I am cracking up with what I catch myself doing in the video.
What did you do?
I just like full on just like push my nose up.
We'll leave it in.
Yeah.
We'll blooper it. This will be the end.
Yes.
This will be a little blooper at the end. Okay, cool.
Little cracker.
Mukbang. Hey, hold on. You're gonna have to wait for me this time.
It's okay. I have like something like lodge down here.
Oh, and your gums? It's because it's so dry. These poor grandmites. They probably got like dental issues because of lack of saliva. Okay, we might end up just keeping all of that in at the blooper. We'll see.